Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be giving you guys a proper intro later on in this vlog, but for right now I'm actually in the middle of editing this vlog, and I figured I should give you guys a brief overview of what you're going to see and the whole point of this vlog. So originally I was not planning on vlogging this day because I've already had such a short amount of time to set up. I didn't want to have any extra pressure on trying to get this vlog done for you guys and trying to get my clients' backdrop done, because at the end of the day that is what's most important, is make sure that comes out the way it needs to come. So I ended up having more than enough time to actually vlog and do things and talk to you guys. As you will see later on in the vlog, things happened that were out of the control of my client that did put her behind schedule, which left me with 30 minutes to get this set up, and you guys will be able to see that how it all unravels later on in the vlog. But the whole point of this video and the big message that I wanted to share with you guys was that stuff happens that may be out of your control. The main thing that you have to do is be prepared as you can to make sure that you are ready to execute whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's outside of setting up events or even just being a DIY mom. And in every aspect of designing your way through life, make sure that you are prepared and you have a plan so that you can be ready for whatever. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel, Sharp Designs by Lakeisha, where I am designing my way through life and inspiring you to do the same. So today I actually just arrived to the Windy Hill Community Center in Smyrna, Georgia, and I have a balloon set up to do. The client is providing her own Boxwood hedge and backdrop, and I'm just doing like a arch garland situation. We'll see how much time I have. Originally she purchased a garland from me, and so but I think I want to do the arch because she's going to have like a smaller piece of boxwood hedge, and it'll be about the same amount of balloons. So I'm going to go ahead and do an arch for her. As you can see, I am in the Bentley. I got my Bentley with me today. I've already unloaded everything and took everything inside, so I'm gonna head in and show you guys what all I have prepared while I'm waiting on her, since I do have extra time. And if she's not here probably in the next 10 or 15 minutes, I'm probably gonna go ahead and just try to start constructing the garland so that I'm not pressed for time, because we literally have like an hour and a half for setup. So I do not want to be in a situation where my garland doesn't look good because we're running out of time. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys inside and show you what I have already done, and we'll get started with this vlog. Hey, and if you are not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit the post notification bell so that you are notified every time I do an upload and you aren't tardy to the party. See y'all inside. I am back, and so I got everything situated so that I'll be ready to rock and roll once she gets here. I am providing her with 2 of my collapsible stands because she said something happened with one of hers, so I do have those up and ready for her to go. Also have my bags. I have 5 black bags of clusters here and fillers that I've already done. I have those unbagged, and in order to put those out, I have 2 pieces for the arch here ready to go, and then I have my greenery over there as well as over here in the bin. I don't know which ones I'm going to use yet, but I did just bring quite a few options, and my pump and my extra balloons are down in here as well for today. My fishing line, which I'll probably need to take out. Oh yeah, I'm ready to go. So I guess once she gets here, we'll be ready to rock and roll. Hey guys, so I'm checking in. It's about 12:50 and she's not here yet, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and start adding the clusters to the garland, at least my larger ones. That'll be something less that I'll have to do once she gets here, and we'll see. I'll just probably have to just do some readjusting once I actually get it on the backdrop. So yeah, stay tuned. These are my larger clusters. They're basically 16 and 11-inch balloons blown up. They're gonna make the garland just a little bit wider than what it is, so yeah. Get those all taken out so that I can try to get a good spread of the colors. And I do reuse my trash can. So I'm gonna use this 260 and connect this piece of the arch with the other piece. figure 8 to attach it to the other end of this one. So I'm going to start adding in the larger clusters, and I'm going to work my way all the way around. I would love to have the backdrop up before I do this, just to make sure that this isn't too big, because I don't know how it's going to actually fit, but we'll see. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on adding in the clusters. I typically would like this to be in place before I start, but just to make sure this is done on time for her shower, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and then I'll just do my best to work it around the size of her boxwood hedge when she gets here. I figure it's better to have it done than half done or not done at all, so let's go. Watching me for a while, you know that this can be done with the fishing line as well, but because I knew I had limited time to set up this garland, I did put these balloons on clusters because I knew that that would be the quickest way possible to get this done with my short amount of time for a setup. I had prepared about 10 clusters to spread across the length of the balloon garland evenly, and as you saw earlier, I did have extra balloons just in case I needed to make more, but there was no way for me to know if I needed to make more because the backdrop wasn't there for me to measure around because I didn't know the exact size of our piece. So as you can see, the garland is definitely a lot wider. I can't really see it, but that's what it looks like so far. Once I get it hung, we'll be able to have a better vision of it and be able to adjust the balloons the way we want it to look. I'm going to wait to add the smaller cluster. She did call and say she was about 10 minutes away, so 30 to 45 minutes should be more than enough time for me to add my smaller clusters and get it all adjusted and add the greenery, so stay tuned. So at this point, she had finally arrived and got the boxwood hedge up on the stand. So what I did was attach the top of the garland to the stand as well as on the sides, which I did off camera. And what I started to do afterwards was kind of adjust the larger balloons and get them in place into the shape that I wanted them to be in. And that just takes a little bit of time. You know, the balloons are movable. Once you create your garlands, you can always readjust the balloons. Once I got that all situated, I emptied out my bag of smaller balloons and tried to evenly distribute the colors that I had on those smaller clusters throughout the garland. I did want the garland to be just a tad bit taller above her piece of boxwood hedge, but as you guys know, I did not have enough time to blow up extra balloons to make the garland a little longer. I would have had to make the garland longer as well as create a few extra clusters to get it the height that I wanted, but I do think it still came out super cute and was the perfect length for her to be able to get some good photo ops or put a dessert table. And as you can see, she did have a smaller piece of boxwood hedge similar to the one I did for the boho theme backdrop I did like this, but the balloon garlands do help with the width and just take it to another level. And as I'm watching this, another tip did come to mind. I've said this to you guys on different occasions on a couple of other vlogs. It is important to make sure that you have a plan in place before you just start blowing up balloons. And I do think that my plan came out pretty perfect for this garland. For the most part, I had a good idea of the size of the boxwood hedge that I was going to be doing the balloon garland for, so I did pre-prepare that base for my garland, which was pretty perfect. And then you just want to make sure that you blow up enough colors to distribute evenly, which I also think did wonderfully. I did not blow up not one balloon after getting to this venue, which I did come prepared to do. If I had an extra time, I probably would have made it a little bit taller, but for the most part, I did know. I was sure to ask her for the measurements of the pieces of boxwood hedge or how many panels she had. I was sure to make sure to let her know what needed to be done before she arrived. Main things was to make sure that she already had her boxwood hedge panels already put together and attached to her crossbar to be ready to go on the pole, as that would save a ton of time with setup. Once I finished adding my clusters, I got started on adding in all the tropical leaves to give it that touch of the jungle theme. So I think I came to this event pretty well prepared, that I was not going to have an extremely long amount of time to set up. I had everything pre-blown and ready to go. Outside of the fact that I did get started about 45 minutes after I planned on doing this, I think it came out wonderfully. And as I said earlier, the only thing that I wish I had those extra 45 minutes to do was to actually add the extra length onto the balloon garland. And the last thing I had to do was add the custom sign.